The $3 clove that changed my kitchen. I dropped a single clove into a pot of soil. 8 weeks later, I had the most flavorful garlic. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how. Most people grow it wrong. Here's the fix. If you've ever tried growing garlic in a container and ended up with tiny, disappointing bulbs, it's not your fault. Let me walk you through this from the very beginning. You already have everything you need. A container, some soil, one garlic bulb from the grocery store. That's it. No raised beds, no big backyard, no expensive seeds.
The container you choose is the foundation of your whole grow. Garlic needs depth, at least 8 to 12 inches, so the bulb has room to form underground. I recommend a 5-gallon pot for a small.
Garlic hates sitting in wet, compacted soil. It needs something loose and fast draining. The best mix is 2 parts potting soil to 1 part perlite. This keeps moisture balanced and prevents the roots from suffocating. Avoid plain garden soil. Not all garlic is the same. Soft-neck varieties like silver skin or artichoke are ideal for beginners. Hard-neck varieties like rocambole or porcelain have a bolder, more complex flavor. Always plant individual cloves, not the whole bulb. Choose the largest outer cloves. These will produce the biggest bulbs. The small inner cloves will still grow, but produce smaller harvests. That's the magic of garlic. Plant each clove about 2 inches deep with the pointed end face up room to expand. Space them at least 4 to 6 inches apart in the container so the bulbs have around each clove, then water it in. That's all it takes for a strong start. In most of the US, the ideal planting window is fall, from mid-October through mid-November. Garlic needs a cold period underground, called vernalization, to develop full bulbs. Garlic is a sun lover, needing at least 6 hours of direct sunlight to thrive. The biggest advantage of containers is that you can move the pot to follow the sun. Indoors, use a south-facing window or a grow light for at least 8 hours daily. Overwatering is the #1 way people kill container garlic. Stick your finger an inch into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. In winter, garlic barely needs watering at all. Garlic is a moderate feeder. In early spring, as green shoots emerge, give them a dose of balanced fertilizer, like this 10-10-10 stop fertilizing. Too much nitrogen pushes leaf growth, not bulb size. In late spring, hardneck garlic produces a curly green scape. This is your cue that harvest is getting close. If you remove the scape early, giving you a larger harvest. Either way, scapes are delicious in a stir fry or pesto. Healthy garlic shoots are bright green, upright, and firm. By midwinter, you might see very little activity above soil. By early spring, you should see steady grow an issue. Address it, and the plant will bounce back. Container garlic is pest resistant, but you might see thrips. A simple spray of diluted neem oil does the job. For onion maggots, remove affected plants and don't replant in the same soil. In colder climates, insulate garlic with a 2 to 3 inch layer of straw mulch. This retains moisture, suppresses weeds, and protects from freezing. Remove the mulch warms and green shoots emerge. One of the biggest perks of container growing is flexibility. In early fall, keep your pot outside to let it get that cold treat. In spring, move it to your sunniest outdoor spot. This kind of control is something in-ground gardeners simply don't have. The harvest signal is in the leaves. When roughly half of the lower leaves have turned brown and dried, but the upper leaves are still green, your garlic is ready. Don't wait until all the leaves are brown. Count the green leaves. 5 to 6 remaining means you're right on time. Never yank garlic straight up by the stem. You risk snapping it off. Instead, use a hand trowel to loosen the soil around the base. Then gently lift the whole bulb free. Brush off excess soil by hand. Fresh harvested garlic needs to cure. Hang the bulbs in bundles in a warm, dry, well-ventilated spot out of direct sunlight. Leave them for 3 to 4 weeks until the skins are dry and papery. Once cured, store garlic in a cool, dark, dry location. A mesh bag, a ceramic keeper, or a pantry shelf all work well. Avoid the refrigerator. Soft-neck varieties can last up to a year. Here's the exciting part. Your harvest becomes next year's seed. Set aside the largest, healthiest ones from each batch as your seed stock. This is how gardeners grow their own without spending a dime on seeds. If you don't want to wait months for a full bulb, you can grow garlic greens in as little as 10 to 14 days. Drop a clove into a small pot, give it water, and in 2 weeks you'll have bright, mild, and delicious shoots. Garlic is one of the best companion plants. Its natural compounds repel aphids and spider mites, protecting tomatoes. In a container, plant garlic around the base. It acts as a living pest deterrent, using soil efficiently. Let's bring it all together. Plant your cloves in October or November. Watch for green shoots through winter. Fertilize lightly in spring. Remove scapes in late spring. Watch the lower leaves brown through May and June. Harvest when half the leaves